When do you really know your safeties, your possibles, and your reaches? That is the topic of today's video. My name is Craig Meister. I'm a college admissions coach. You can learn more about me and how you can work with me one-on-one throughout the entire college admissions process on my website, which is collegemeister.com. And if you're interested in learning about whether or not you are or your student is on track for selective college admission in the United States of America, visit areyouontracktogetin.com. Again, that's areyouontracktogetin.com, at which you will complete a free 3-minute assessment. Your results will be emailed to you right away, and they will help you clarify whether or not you are or your student is on track for selective college admission in the United States of America. Every year, a lot of students and a lot of parents want to know for me, Craig, is this a safety for me? Is this a possible for me? Or is this a reach for me? When referring to particular colleges that they are considering applying to. And I'll be honest, I can venture my best guess, but I'm not going to really know definitively until probably far later than most students and parents want to hear or believe. The fact is, many college counselors, when they work with you in a high school, and many college admissions consultants, when they work with you one-on-one privately, will try to guesstimate what is a safety, what is a possible, what is a reach for you as early as 9th grade, 10th grade, and certainly 11th grade year in high school, based off of the student's scores and grades and curriculum those grades are earned in. But that is just part of the story, and increasingly that is a significantly reduced part of the story relative to where we were 20 years ago. 20 years ago, there were a lot of state colleges and universities, premier ones, that the vast majority, let's say 75% of their admissions decision was based on your scores and your grades. There are still some state schools like that, even some well-known ones, but increasingly over the last 20 years, far more subjective factors have crowded out grades and scores. And in many cases now, of course, we're living in a test-optional world at many colleges and universities still, where tests don't even need to be submitted at all. So what happens with the rest of the 100% that's being considered? Now, a huge percentage of that is off the table. It was once for testing. It's no longer for testing. What replaces that? And also, even before the pandemic, before test optional became a pandemic in and of itself, we had a situation where resume, activities, letters of recommendation, and also essay writing skills, and in some cases interviewing skills, were playing increasingly a large role in one's chances of getting admitted to particularly selective colleges and universities. So how can I, in the middle of 11th grade, when all you've so far produced for me is 2.5 years worth of grades in high school, as well as maybe what you're thinking about taking in 12th grade a year, and also maybe you've already sat for one SAT or ACT, or maybe a couple. With just that information at my disposal, I'm increasingly unable to really honestly pinpoint what is a safety, what is a possible, and what is a reach for you. When do I start to feel comfortable about assigning what is a safety, what is a possible, and what is a reach college for you? I would say after I see your whole resume, meaning your whole extracurricular resume fleshed out. And usually when I say whole, I mean like basically what have you achieved through the summer after 11th grade year. And also when I see your final draft Common App essay. The reason is these things play such a huge role in one's chances of getting in, particularly to selective colleges and universities, that me giving you safeties, possibles, and reach beforehand, it's like me operating with a blindfold and 2 hands tied behind my back. Because in this very subjective admissions environment where colleges are selecting students based off of factors that are much more easy to describe as likability, and that's highly subjective, of course, than objective accomplishments academically, we got to look at these very important subjective factors that play a huge role in your chances of admission. So anyone telling you in 10th grade that, Johnny, this is going to be a safety college for you, or this is going to be a reach college for you, listen respectfully, but then also remember that you got to just sort of discount the veracity of what they're saying until you've started producing the type of content that colleges are going to be really looking at with a fine-tooth comb on your application, which will include, of course, the grades you're earning and the scores you've earned, but also, of course, your extracurricular output and how you're communicating about your extracurricular achievements, as well as how do colleges get to know you, like you, or maybe, God forbid, dislike you as a result of your Common App essay, which is your marquee essay, which is most likely going to the vast majority of the schools you are applying to, or some iteration of it will go to the vast majority, if not all, the schools in the United States that you're applying to. That's when I can say, Johnny, this is a safety. Johnny, this is a possible. Or Johnny, this is a reach. Keep that in mind and circle back with your school counselor once you've completed those things. Share those things with your school counselor and say, Mr. School Counselor or Mrs. School Counselor, do you have any updates as to whether or not you think these colleges on my list are safety, possibles, or reaches? If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to my channel. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one throughout the entire college admissions process, go to my website, which is collegemeister.com. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and most importantly, stay stress-free throughout the entire college admissions process.